Hey, 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 look at me. I'm getting some scrapbooking videos up. I know. It hurts my heart that I just haven't had time to scrapbook or get videos up for scrapbooking. Honestly, it has just been a year, and cards have kind of been my vice lately. They're easy projects that I can just throw together really quickly. I say quickly, usually they take me like a good hour still, but I don't know. They're here, and that's what happens. So these are from my October Daily 2024. We are going to get caught up in that album. I actually left that album unfinished last year, which is probably the first time I've ever done that, along with my December Daily, unfortunately. You're going to notice that this spread obviously was put together pretty well in Photoshop. I have a 3x4 photo there. All of these products are from Tracy Reed. You know that that is one of my favorites around here for digital images. Check her out. I was on her design team at this point. I did step away from her design team as I got a new job, which is pretty much why I also cannot scrapbook too much anymore. I am trying to get back into it right now, though. So hopefully you'll see a few more videos coming from me here in the next few weeks, as I am really, really going to try to catch up on this album, maybe do a few more spreads in my new album. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. All right. So I am sitting here fussy cutting. I didn't send these through my Silhouette at that time because there was only a few. Sometimes it is just easier not to do the Silhouette. I don't know. Sometimes it is easier. Sometimes I don't mind fussy cutting. If I have the time to fussy cut, and the images are easy, I'll do the fussy cutting. And as you can see, these images are quite easy. I mean, I guess this flower would be a little harder, but honestly, pumpkins are pretty easy. So it's been a while since I did put this together, because I did put this together last year. But if I do remember right, that journaling card with the picture is a journaling card. So where the picture is should be journaling. But I just selected that in Photoshop and then inlaid my photo onto that. And this is actually a story about the morning after, unfortunately, I hit a deer. We didn't have a car to drive to the bus stop. So it was a chilly morning, and we had to walk to the bus stop, which is not far. He walks home from the bus stop, but in those chilly mornings, I usually will, well, I drive him every morning, pretty much, to the bus stop, mainly because we're usually racing to the bus stop because this bus driver is crazy. So then I have my journaling card, which is this, and I did just print my journaling card off. You could completely do this in page protectors, but I did use a bit more of the digital stamps, as you can see on the back, and I wanted to put these little elements around it just to spruce this up. It's just a picture of my mummy cup. Probably had my coffee in there, and then my kid just ahead of me walking. And then I think just a little story again of why we're walking to the bus. This is a stamp set from Carrie Bradford, one of my most favorite stamp sets. I think this is called the Winifred. I'll have to look. Again, this is kind of old. Actually, no, I don't think it's called Winifred. That's the other stamp set that I like for by L's Studio. I'll have it linked in the description below. This is called Cherry Limeade. That's right. This is Cherry Limeade. 95% sure you can't get this, unfortunately, as she only does limited releases, pretty much. She doesn't keep these on her website at all times, but I will look it up and see if it is there and link it if it is, because I love this font, especially for October Daily. Right now, you're just seeing, I want to stamp my title, but I haven't quite left enough room. So that's where I peeled up some things and trying to make room. I'm trying to make room for morning walk is all that I wanted. I don't get really creative in my titles, guys. Not that creative. But here I go. I am just using, oh gosh, black ink by, it's been so long since I've done these. Close to my heart. There we go. I wanted to say we are memory keepers, but I knew that was wrong. Close to my heart. It's just regular old black ink. You can use just about any black ink. Just make sure that you're not doing like a pigment ink. I mean, you just have to watch and make sure that you let it dry. So, I didn't really think about the fact that we had a little bit of layers there, but honestly, it didn't affect me too much. So we're going to put morning walk. I clearly know that walk is not going to fit. So I am going to change fonts, which I don't mind, honestly. I actually loved how this one turned out. And in the spirit of trying to keep these albums thin and not go into 2 albums, I do switch between this 5 by 8.5 size and 6 by 8 sizes. Also, 5.5 by 8 is honestly a much more manageable size for me. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do for 2024 or 5. This is 2024. Did I say 2023 in the beginning? This is 2024. I don't know, guys. But anyways, for 2025, I think I'm going to go back to they're going to be life crafted albums and probably the 6 by 8 because the rings on the small ones are just too small. You cannot fit, though I might be able to fit it this year because I don't have as many pages. I don't have 31 days. I'm working at this point. I work doubles. My kids are getting older. We just don't do little crafts every single time. And honestly, I probably don't have time to document 31 different things. Now, I will take the time to do it for Christmas, and I do take the time to try and do Christmassy things a lot. And I do take off more time during December also, so it gets easier. All right. So there we go. Morning walk. Let's see. I think at this point I do figure out that I had forgot to put my number somewhere. So I'm like, oh crap, what do I do now? So I'm like hemming and hawing probably. And this is why I do digitally scrap pretty much, is because I will hem and haw over decisions so much in product scrapbooking. But I pull out this really old labels stamp from L Studio. I love this thing. Honestly, I should sit here and just stamp a million of these out in different colors and keep them in my stash so I don't have to pull this out, because you will see this stamp in several of my videos. Honestly, I love that circle stamp. And honestly, I love that label stamp altogether. I have like the star one. L Studio came out with like star ones, heart ones, and that stamp set is probably one of my favorites. Most likely looking for my punch at this point. Oh, and I'm like, why am I looking for a punch when I have the dies? I do forget. At this point, I do forget that I have the dies, because honestly, this die cutting machine is pretty new to me at this point. I was pretty fresh into the card making world at this point. So I'll think about it more now that I'm pretty deep into the card world now. But at that point I did not. So I am just going to stamp a 9, cut this little label in half, tuck it in there, and honestly call this one done. I'm pretty happy with it. That edge on the right side is a little blank, but that is because that's where my holes will go. But I did leave a little bit of space on both sides, because I don't know if at this point I was even this far in this album. I was just kind of doing pages as they were kind of speaking to me. So, all right, guys, I am so excited to be back. I'm hoping to get a few more videos up for you guys. Happy October. We're already halfway through and about to move on to December daily, right? I will talk to you guys soon, and I will hope to see you in the next one.